The War of Realms is only a month away, and the God of Thunder and the heroes of Asgard are doing everything in their power to ready for it when it comes. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Thor issue number 11 and find out for ourselves, shall we? Alrighty then, so as we join the comic, Thor is going for a little dip in the sun. No, this isn't some kind of crazy Viking spa treatment. He's actually looking for something, namely anything that might be left behind from Mjolnir. You'll recall that when Jane Foster was the God of Thunder, she was forced to sacrifice the hammer and indeed a huge chunk of Asgardia just to defeat the Mangog and save everyone by hurling it into the sun. Thor fears that these new makeshift hammers will not be enough to battle Malekith and his forces in the wars to come, and because of that he's looking for absolutely any edge he can find. Worse still, Thor's mother Freyja thinks that he's being a little too obsessive right now, that he still deep down in his heart of hearts feels that he's not good enough. That a God of Thunder without his hammer isn't much of a god at all, even though, as we've been told many times, it's not the hammer that makes the man, it's the other way around. And while we're on the subject of hammers, it turns out that Freyja has one too. Why, she can even fly in the same way Thor does. This amazes her son, but she says that this is a story for another day, you know, when there's not a massive War of Realms mounting. Mother does vow to get son out of his funk by any means necessary, and in fact they got a great little outing to do. It seems that as Thor is getting more and more unsure of himself, his emotions are actually having an effect on the weather of Earth. Massive tidal waves are battering the coastal areas, but lucky Thor is here to put a stop to it in the most heavy metal way possible. By holding two hammers at once, he parts the sea like a Viking Moses. And that's why you always put your points into dual-wielding proficiency, kids. Now, this story isn't just about Thor. What are other people up to in the lead up to the battle to end all battles? Well, Volstagg, the former War Thor, ends up coming too. He's positively manic and ranting about his own lost hammer, which you'll remember is actually the hammer from the Ultimate Marvel Universe. It was thought to be lost after the battle with Mangog, but maybe not, for you see, we also discover this issue that Jane Foster is in complete cancer remission. Why, she's even starting to grow her hair back too. Obviously, the heroes are gonna need everything they possibly can to win this fight, and I mean, hey, another Thor? That would really help turn the tide, wouldn't it? Then of course there's the ever-present question of Loki and where his loyalties lie. We see him in a private moment talking to a picture of his mother and apologizing for stabbing her in the back for literally no reason. As the God of Mischief puts it, he hoped that he could have been able to handle Malekith and this war in his own way before it even started, maybe be a big hero for once, but it's clear that's not gonna happen and that Malekith literally has his number now. And he'll be lucky to make it out of any of this alive. Now as the comic winds down, Thor once again returns to the sun, not to look for Mjolnir, he's given that up. In fact, he kinda has a sort of mock funeral for the hammer, saying that by the time this whole war is over, he'll either know he doesn't need Mjolnir anymore or be rejoined with the hammer in oblivion. He then throws the one shard that he did manage to save that was given to him by Jane Foster in a necklace, and for a second it looks like nothing happens, but then something starts to grow in the sun, implying that maybe we will see the classic Thor weapon one more time after all. And so that was Thor issue number 11, everybody, and overall I thought it was a nice little calm before the storm. You know, hey, no God of Thunder puns intended on this one. Once again, the major theme is hit back home again, that a lot of the War of Realms, and indeed a lot of Jason Aaron's take on Thor, is Thor's inner battle with himself. Not even just is he worthy of his hammer, but you know, is he worthy as a friend, a son, a hero, etc, etc. But Thor's universe is so much bigger than just himself, and this issue takes some nice time to set the stage for what other characters might be doing during the actual War of Realms themselves. Ultimately, pretty solid stuff. I would give this one a 7.5 out of 10.
Oh, hey there everyone, I'm Cape Joel. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. This is normally the part where I tell you to follow me on Twitter at Cape Joel, check out my Patreon page, my Twitch page, my Instagram, pretty much everything. Don't really have much of a format for this one. Someone just told me that I should change up these outros to keep them from getting stale, and that's what I'm doing. I got a new hoodie. There's other videos you can watch if you want them. I don't really know where I'm going here, working without a net. So thank you for watching, that's appreciated. Maybe give me a like, a subscribe, smash a button if there's a smashable button around, that would be most appreciated. And yeah, did I mention I got a new hoodie? Bye, everyone. Also, smack things. Smack some. Yep, that's what I do. That's my thing. Yep. Bye.